Who do you think could pull off a Florida State type of collapse in the 2025 season? If you've been living under a rock, Florida State was on the verge of a college football playoff spot. Some would say that they got robbed of one, and then they go 2-10 the next season. This is due to replacing so much from the transfer portal and the volatility that comes with that. And I'm going to be working off of Phil Steele's preseason poll from On3. If we look at the top 10, there's two easy candidates, and I would almost say cop-out answers. Florida and Oklahoma have two of the most difficult schedules in the entire country. And if we're to talk about the worst case scenario where these two teams end up not being ranked by the end of the year. By the way, I'm not trying to say that they're going to go 2-10 level bad. I just mean a top 10 team that ends up unranked by the end of the season. For Oklahoma, it would mean John Mateer, the transition from the Pac-2 to the SEC was too much. The offensive line continues to have problems, and their wide receiver room does not take a step forward. Now, I understand part of the problem last year was injury, so I will account for that. And then for Florida, I truly do feel it just hinges on DJ Lagway's health throughout the entire season. Without DJ Lagway, their floor and ceiling takes a nosedive. With him, they are a really damn good team, and I would argue a top 10 team in the country. But if you were to say those are two cop-out answers, I would go to the 11th spot with LSU, one of my potential national champions. So Tegan, how can you say that they could potentially not end the season ranked, but you also potentially think they could win a national championship? Well, I do think there is a large variance between what the ceiling and floor is for this LSU team. At the end of the day, I am taking a chance that they take a step forward on the defensive side of the ball, but what if they don't? What if they even regress a little bit? What if the offensive line takes a step back after losing two NFL players and Garrett Nussmeier continues to put the ball in harm's way? That is a recipe with a challenging schedule that could lead to a 7-5 year and not in the top 25. I don't know. I got to see both perspectives, but I want to hear from you. When you look at this list, what team do you think has the best chance of potentially falling out of the top 25 by the end of the season?